This is the August 26, 2025 meeting of the Lancaster Township Zoning Hearing Board, and I would ask Board Member Hall to read the agenda for tonight's meeting.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight we do have one matter of old business. The board will be rendering a decision in the matter of John and Maureen Razor, 85 Spencer Avenue, who applied for a special exception and variances for the conversion of the existing garage into an accessory dwelling unit and the construction of a new attached garage in the front yard setback at 85 Spencer Avenue. We do have two matters of new business this evening. The first, Lauren Engel, Eshelman Mill Gardens and Landscapes, has applied for a variance for an increase in the maximum allowable impervious area for the construction of a patio at 15 Parkside Avenue. In the second matter, TK Building and Design, LLC, has applied for a variance for the construction of a garage in the front yard setback at 1534 Quarry Lane.
Thank you, Ms. Hall. Board Member Locurdo will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Minutes have been submitted for the July 22, 2025 meeting. Do I hear any revisions or supplementations to that draft that is submitted? Hearing none, I would move that the draft be made a part of the permanent record of the board.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. So carried. And our first item of business under old business is to render a decision in the matter involving John and Maureen Razor.
If you look at page 5, help.
Thank you.
Yep. The bottom there.
With respect to that decision, I move that we grant the applicants the following relief. Number one, a special exception pursuant to section 280-1702.A to expand the existing non-conforming detached garage on the property into an ADU by adding a full second floor and entranceway. 2, we grant a variance to section 28502 to permit the conversion of the existing detached garage on the property into an ADU. And 3, a dimensional variance. We grant a dimensional variance from section 28505.B to permit a new attached garage and a new entranceway for the ADU to be constructed within the front yard setback, which approvals are all subject to the conditions as articulated and drafted by our solicitor, Dwight Yoder. There are certain conditions that have been imposed upon the grant, and my understanding is that one of the conditions prevents the rental of any of these occupancies decided by the decision for use by other than family members. So, and that will be, my understanding is that that document will be filed in the chain of title for the property. Hearing that, I move that we grant the variances and other relief as outlined in the decision.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, it might be appropriate if you want to take a minute and have everyone sign, and then since the applicants and their attorneys here, we can give them a copy right away. There's
Bear with us.
3.
I don't think I was here.
We're not here. That goes down to Renee. There you go,
And then I'll give that one to you. Here. Oh, yeah, I think that makes sense, yeah. do need to be dated.
Yeah, so the very bottom, will
Okay.
John will actually
Yeah.
date that and hand it to him for the file. That was when they received a copy of it. So you're gonna just, sign where your name is.
Mhm.
Trying to make it like easier.
Good. Send everybody a copy. And is there a representative for the applicant that is here? Can you please approach?
You did a nice job.
Yes.
Here's an example of the memorandum of variance. Here's what you previously, if you could just maybe,
Okay.
I can send you the work out. So John, I'll give one for the township file, and then I'll stick one in my file.
And this will be recorded.
That will be the one condition.
Right.
You might want to run it by Matt Creamer since he's the township still.
Okay. That's good. All right, and this is my copy.
That's your copy?
All right, thank you all so much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Good luck.
So you can take this one. Sure. And then I'm gonna leave on this.
And moving on then to the first matter of new business, which is the application for a variance by Lauren Engel of Eshelman Mill Gardens for 15 Parkside Avenue.
Yes.
Yes.
Should I come?
And John, I have a few exhibits that I'll put into the record when you're ready for me to do that.
Go right ahead.
Okay. Before we let the applicant present, I'm going to just put into the record a couple exhibits that have been pre-marked. Exhibit B1 is a copy of the application that was submitted. Exhibit B2 is the proof of publication indicating tonight's hearing was advertised pursuant to municipality's planning code in the local newspaper. And Exhibit B3, I will have John sworn in.
You swear affirm the testimony you're about to give tonight shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you.
And can you state your name to the record?
John Donnelly?
And I am going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit B3. Is that a proof of help or verification of posting regarding the property?
Yes, it is.
And did in fact you post the property?
Yes, I did.
And what was the date of that?
August the 13th of this year, about 11 a.m.
Okay, and did you also have occasion to provide the zoning notice to some of the adjoining property owners?
Yes, there's letters now.
Okay, and Exhibit B4 includes the notice and the individuals who received the notice that are neighbors to this property owner. So with that, we will turn it over to the applicant to present the application and if need be sworn in to do that.
Hi, my name is Lauren Engel, and I'm a landscape designer with Eshelman Mill Gardens and Landscapes. And I am requesting a variance from the zoning ordinance section 505, which allows the maximum lot coverage of 40% for 15 Parkside Avenue.
Are you sworn in? No. Are you sworn in?
Yeah, just go ahead
You
and
wanna get
stand.
sworn- You're going to present the case?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can stand up, yeah.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give tonight shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry, could you state your name again?
Lauren Engel.
Okay.
The property is currently at 44%, and with the proposed patio, the percentage would increase to 47%.
And that's the impervious surface of the
Yes.
lot?
So that's the increase is de minimis, falling within that 10% overage. My clients hired me and Eshelman Mill Gardens to design and install a backyard refresh. They had existing cracked concrete walks, a small patio that has been there since they purchased the home. They reached out to us with a goal of removing those sidewalks and patio and installing flagstone patio and walks. Obviously for looks, that would look a lot nicer, and then also to be more environmentally friendly.
And I'm sorry, you said limestone?
Flagstone?
Flagstone.
Like
Yeah, I was
Pennsylvania
like, I didn't
bluestone?
think,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, thank you.
And we talked at our first meeting, by replacing that flagstone, that would allow us to build an infiltration pit that would capture water runoff that is currently not being captured. Like I said before, the concrete in its current condition is very small. They really can't even put, an outdoor dining set or lounge chairs or, it's really not of any use to them. So with the design that I submitted, the proposed lower patio would, the base of that would be a clean stone base and hold that infiltration pit. So that would allow us to capture that runoff, that water runoff, and actually more runoff that is being captured currently. And I can go into detail about the infiltration pit if you would like me to do that. I did provide 2 different stormwater best management practice options with construction detail on if we were required to just cover the additional 210 square feet, or if we wanted to capture more and capture I think it's like 589 square feet of concrete that we would be removing and replacing with the flagstone.
Has your application been admitted as an exhibit? Is this
It was
evidence
marked
of
as
light?
B1, so it's in the record.
And do I understand correctly that the infiltration pit that you're referring to, does it include a pump?
No, so the way the infiltration pit works is all patios, especially up against a house, would have a 2% slope away from the house. So that allows us to have the water, any rainfall, the water would run off of that upper patio, and then it would go into a trench drain and be able to, with 4-inch or 6-inch drain pipe, go into and deposit into that base of that lower patio. So basically, we can use that lower patio as our infiltration pit because of that trench drain.
So the trench drain will be on the lower patio?
Yes.
Okay.
And when it says additional infiltration pit, if needed, what does that mean?
So, like I had said before, so I submitted a stormwater permit, but I have not heard back, so I'm not exactly sure if they want us to just capture the 210 square feet, or if they want to capture all the runoff from even, all of the concrete. So I wanted to give 2 different options to show that we would be willing and able to capture more if needed.
So the 210 square feet is the net increase
Yes.
that you will have once you remove and replace what's there.
Exactly.
But the 500, what was the other amount?
I think it's 589.
Would be the total new, not new, but
Exactly.
the total after it's done.
Right.
210 more than what's there now, and then
Right.
589.
would be the total.
Am I reading this correctly, that the increase in the coverage of the impervious would be from 40 to 47?
So currently, the property is at 44%. The homeowners have done nothing, it's all old concrete. So I'm not really sure where that adage is. I don't know if it was when
So
they
that's
built it.
incorrect, from 40 to 47?
No, if we're required to, if it's 40%, we can cover that 47. But what we're installing would really be a 3% increase from what is existing now.
So currently, it's non-conforming as to lot
Yeah, I'm
coverage because
sorry,
it's
no.
at 44%, but the ordinance requires 40%. Presumably, that lot coverage existed well before the current zoning ordinance, and you're looking to increase that 44 to 47%.
Yes.
And I'm assuming that, just looking at the lot, it looks relatively narrow and small, so it would have some unique features regarding the characteristics that make it difficult to meet the ordinance requirements.
Yes. Yes.
If not impossible.
Exactly.
I think the clients were very excited to know that by, doing this project, they would actually be able to meet those requirements that they're not meeting now, because we would be replacing the existing concrete with something that looks a lot nicer, and we would be able to install these infiltration pits.
Questions from board members? Seems pretty straightforward.
I would think it would make sense to put the additional infiltration pit in if this is what we're going to be doing.
Well, I'm not sure that's within the zoning board's jurisdiction.
Oh, that's
I
stormwater.
think it's really the township, so I think maybe that's a good idea, maybe it's not. I think technically the township will have to determine. Typically, it's only the additional impervious you have to handle. You're basically grandfathered in under the current, but I think that would be up to the township to determine that, one way or the other.
And they wouldn't be able to go ahead, say, we okayed it, but they wouldn't be able to go ahead.
And you could certainly
Unless
make a
they-
condition that
I was
says
gonna
they
say.
would need, approval for whichever stormwater in the
And they'd
township.
be willing to
Yeah,
abide by that.
that makes sense to me, but that's up to the board. I mean, if you feel strongly you want to impose that, I suppose you could, but I think that's really something the township needs to determine.
Oh, it's fine with me.
That's fine.
So the section, let me see what section this is. 280-505 to exceed, a dimensional variance to exceed the maximum lot coverage to allow up to 47%. I'm assuming 47 is enough, that you don't need any wiggle room.
No, we don't.
Okay.
In our infiltration pit, even if we just did the one, it would be over, it would be over what we needed. Just to make the numbers, whether it's, 1 foot deep or 1.5 feet. So it would take care of the square footage.
So I think if the board is inclined to make a motion, it would be to grant the variance to section 280-505 to allow the applicant to exceed the maximum lot coverage up to 47%. Subject to obtaining a
Approval.
approved stormwater plan and then the board standard conditions.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's gonna be lovely.
So I move then that we approve the variance request submitted to section 28505 of the Lancaster Township zoning ordinance for an increase in the maximum allowable impervious area for the construction of a patio at 15 Parkside Avenue, conditioned upon the applicant obtaining approval of their stormwater management plan from the township,
And the board standard conditions.
and as well as the board's standing conditions, which will be issued with the written decision.
I'll second that.
All those in favor? Aye.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So the next matter is 1534 Quarry Lane. Might you be interested in that property?
Yes.
Pleasure.
Very good.
And Mr. Chairman, let me just explain, I spoke with the chairman about this case. Our office represents the applicant in other matters, TK Building and Design, so our office has a conflict, so I spoke with the chairman. Sometimes I would get conflict counsel to come and advise the board, but we discussed based on the kind of the limited scope of the request that it didn't seem like that necessarily was necessary tonight. The chairman indicated he could run this. So what I did is I pre-marked the exhibits. I'm gonna recuse myself from sitting up here and advising the board. I'll take notes and be the scrivener in terms of drafting the decision, but I will let John direct what occurs up here to avoid any conflict or appearance of conflict. So with that, I will just indicate for the record that Exhibit B1 is a copy of the application. Exhibit B2 is the proof of publication. Zoning officer is still sworn in, so John, I'll just have you look at Exhibit B3 and confirm for the record that's the verification of posting.
Yes, it is.
And did you post the property for this meeting tonight?
Yes, it did.
And what date did you do that?
August 13th of this year at about 10:45.
And similar to the last case, I'm going to show you Exhibit B4. Is that a copy of the notice? And also, does it include the individuals who were mailed notice of tonight's hearing?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so we'll admit those into the record. And with that, I'll let you take over.
Thank you, Mr. Yoder.
Yep.
So having established the various housekeeping tasks for the authentication of the matter before the board, we're ready to have you go ahead with your application.
My name is Brandon Moore, representing TK Building and Design. I am here along with the homeowner, Barbara Manley. We are here to request a variance, dimensional variance in ordinance 280-406, requesting 6 foot of relief from the front yard setback on a dual front yard setback property.
And can you please stand and be sworn in? I think both of you. You're probably both
Do
going
you
to
swear
talk.
affirm the testimony you're about to give tonight shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Proceed.
So following back up.
What do you mean by a dual frontage
It's a corner lot.
corner? Okay.
Corner lot. This proposed structure, two-car garage, is going on the actual side lot of the dual frontage property. There's River Road, there's Quarry Lane. Quarry Lane would be representing the front yard of the dwelling. River Road side of her property would be the area that we're looking to put the structure, the accessory structure.
River Drive?
River Drive, I'm sorry. And with that. The rear width of the structure exceeds 6 foot over the front yard setback only on one corner of the structure and 3 foot on the other corner of the structure over that setback line. The location of that structure is a desired location to look appropriate to her existing home. Other location on the property would be difficult due to the fact of a septic system that is placed on the property. The only other area that could be, and also would also bring us closer because of the side yard setback of 6 foot, but also bring the dwelling much closer to any neighborhood adjacent to any of her property lines.
Is that septic system in use?
Yes, it is.
Any other comments or?
Hi,
Mrs.
I'm
Mann,
Howard,
hello.
and I moved into the neighborhood about 4 years ago.
I'm sorry, could you repeat your name?
Barbara Manley.
Oh, hi.
Barbara Manley. And I love School Lane Hills. I moved
Great
from
area.
Long Island, and it's a similar neighborhood to where I lived in Long Island, and I miss the sidewalks a little bit, but it's not a busy neighborhood, so. But I love it. I love the character of it. I love the age of it. I love having a house that was built in the 1930s, even with all its quirkiness. And the reason the septic tank is new and in that one corner is because the old one collapsed. The original one to the house, the landscaper almost fell into it, but luckily did not. So I've been making adjustments to the house over the years. And my garage is a one-car garage for a 4-bedroom house. I can change the light bulb in the ceiling of the garage, so you cannot get anything but my little Subaru in there, which is fine, but I would love to have another garage. We chose the placement in part because of the septic tank, but also it would just look nice to come around the edge of the house there. We think that would look good. Facing the garage away from the street, so no one has to look at any mess that might be in my garage, which I'm sure will be perfectly clean. But because of the garage doors facing into my current driveway area, we need to be able to pull out of that. So the building needs to be back just so we can get the cars in and out of the garage. So that's the reason we're over the line. I'd rather not be over the line and bother you guys with this, but that's it. We're trying to keep within the aesthetic of the neighborhood. It'll be just white with the stone bottom and then the standing seam metal roof. So hopefully it looks like it's been there since the beginning. That's the.
What color is the roof?
Probably black, you know, just, I have green on my house now, and they don't like that, so they're gonna replace that too, it'll all be black.
Okay.
And it'll be real stone.
But it will coordinate with the roof of the main house.
Yes,
Yes.
yep, yep.
So, and I guess the way that the septic system is to allow you to make really a truly reasonable use of the property, makes sense to go beyond that setback a couple feet.
And I did talk to my neighbors, the gentleman who lives below me, he's aware of the plan for the building, as is my neighbor across the street. Tom Russo lives on the other side of River Road. He hasn't been home, I don't think, since he posted the sign, so.
That's because he doesn't have a very nice house.
Yeah, it's
You need to get there.
So I haven't spoken with him, but I can't imagine he would hopefully not be bothered by that.
So this allows the reasonable use of the property
Yes,
in the circumstances. I think our inclination is to grant this. Is it a problem for you if we render the decision at the September meeting?
I mean, the sooner the better. Is it a problem?
John, could I ask a question now?
Certainly.
Could we talk just very briefly about what's going on that second floor?
Actually,
This quilting room or
Okay.
what's going to be?
Yep.
Mhm.
There'll be a half bath downstairs. I'm a quilter by trade. I'm retired. That's what I do. I don't make any money doing it. It's my hobby.
And what is it that you do?
Quilting.
Oh, quilting.
Yeah.
But there'll be a half bath
Bottom floor.
in the garage.
In the garage, and a wash sink, because I'm also a big flower person, and we get in there and wash my hands. No shower, no plans for any sort of living space, no kitchen, no nothing.
no short-term rental
No
to
way.
anyone,
I don't even really like people.
living
The
space.
top floor will be wide open, no walls, Zippo, wide open, because
So
I,
there's no intention of creating another additional dwelling unit or anything like that?
no way. I have a 4-bedroom house, I have plenty of space.
Mhm. I wouldn't mind that being a condition, but
Yeah.
We'll put that
it's also what they've
Mhm.
stated.
So I move then that the application for a variance under section 28406 of the Lancaster Township zoning ordinance for the construction of a garage that would impede into the subject yard setback 6 feet at the extreme and 3 foot at the other end of the subject wall of the garage be granted subject to the terms and conditions, which I would call the normal terms and conditions of the township grants, zoning grants, and if you want, do we have a copy of that other decision?
John has.
The first one? The-
Yeah,
From last month?
these are normally things like you will pay attention to your plans and promises as presented to the board. They will become part of the decision. You have to adhere to them. Okay, and one specific condition is going to be that this is not a grant for an ADU for the second floor of the new garage. And as explained and modified there, I would move that we grant the relief requested by the applicant.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much, I
Okay.
really appreciate it.
Have fun.
John, I don't think I need to come anymore.
Yeah,
Don't take notes.
you see some of the ones that were
Expensive note
written,
taker.
some of the ones that were written before you came, you might not see them.
And you want to adjourn?
Move to